How's it going, guys? Welcome to today's video where we're going to be talking about one of the craziest roster moves that has ever happened in Rocket League history. Game 1 here we're going to be looking at in this video is between KC and Falcons at the recent World Championship in Leon from Dralii POV, and then next game we're going to be watching Dralii and Rawas in Ranked very recently, and that will be something you're probably going to see a lot more of now that they are in fact teaming together. That's right, Dralii and the Twins going to be playing for Falcons next season. In fact, they're going to be playing in the Saudi E-League thing, the most recent one that's happening. Should be coming up pretty soon. So that's going to be fun to see the new roster playing in. Now, yeah, Bodies is Vatira. I don't know why he's decided to name himself this, but because that is his current name, the replay from where he was actually just called Vatira is now renamed him to Bodies. So that's Vatira. Don't get confused. And this is from Game 2 of their semi-final matchup at the World Championship, KC against Falcons. This was, I think, was the standout game for me. Great game, especially from Dralii, and great game from both teams. But, okay, Dralii joining up the Twins and Falcons. A lot of people, I've been talking about this, a lot of people wanted to hear me talk about this. Nice 50-50 there from Rawas lead to Kalir's getting a goal. Yeah, I had to make a video about this and talk about this roster. Going to be probably making another video at the end of the roster change window. When the transfer window is gone, I shouldn't say, when it's closed, I'm probably going to make a video where I rank all of them. But I wanted to make a video just talking about this one specifically because it is that crazy to see this happening. Number one, crazy to see TRK not being on the Falcons roster. He's had so much success with that team, making major final with Ahmad and Khaled. And then, of course, making multiple finals, including winning multiple events, FIFA E, and, of course, the Rally Major with the Twins. FIFA E, of course, he was playing for Saudi Arabia, not Falcons, but still, it was the Falcons roster at the time. So to see them, make a Worlds final and then make a change has everybody pretty shocked. They're thinking, what on earth's going on? Why would you make a change after you've just had your best RLCS Worlds result ever, and you won the previous RLCS LAN? You came top 4 at the Esports World Cup, probably, in many people's eyes, the second best team at that event, including, in my opinion, given how one-sided the final was. And, yeah, all that considered, why would they make a change? But my, immediate reaction to this was like, it wasn't why, it was more like, okay, fair enough. Because, although TRK has done great things for Falcons, Dralii, he's been doing great things against Falcons for the past year, and they've probably been looking at him thinking, not this guy again, as he scores a wonderful goal there to tie this the game 1-1. So this reminds me of, and I spoke about this in Shotcast the other day. Yes, we did have a live Shotcast last week, so check out that if you missed it. I spoke about this in Shotcast with Garrett and CJ. This reminded me of when NRG picked up Squishy, because they not only picked up one of the best players in their region, best players in the world, but they also ruined one of their main competition. They gutted a roster that was causing them problems over the years. And that's, what's happening here in my opinion, but on an even bigger scale. TRK double, off target, couldn't get around it. Well, actually, could get around it, couldn't get a touch on it when he did. But yeah, this is like that times 10, because Dralii might just be the best player in the world. Now, it's one thing to pick up one of the best players in the world, and take them away from one of your biggest competitors while doing so. But it's another to maybe pick up the best player in the world. Now, TRK is, I think, in everybody's top 10 at the end of last season, maybe even top 5s for some people. And Dralii is either top 3 for everyone, maybe top 2 or top 1. For me, it's either Zen or Dralii. I think they're the two at the moment that I've got as the 1 and 2 in the world. Some days I feel like it's Dralii, some days I feel like it's Zen. When you look at results, it's more Dralii. When you look at individual impact, it's more Zen. But I think those two guys are the 2 best players in the world at the moment. So, if you got a chance to pick up one of the best in the world, one of the 2 best in the world, I think you go for it. I think if Zen or Dralii's available, you just replace anyone with them. It doesn't matter how good they are. It doesn't matter if they're top 10, top 5. Yeah, this guy's just been winning so much for the past couple of seasons. I think you just got to consider him. And he's, probably the best overall player in their past year with Carmine Corp. So you're taking your biggest competition's potentially best player, taking one of the best players in the world, and you're putting him into your team. I mean, it doesn't sound like a bad idea in my opinion. Okay, let's lock in for a second here before we continue this discussion, because we're getting into the final 30 seconds. We're into the final 30 seconds of this game. I picked this game for a reason, because it's got some great plays in it. TRK with the Grinds to air dribble here. Dunks Dralii's attempted catch on the back wall. And then puts it into the middle for Clears to get another goal. Clears going to probably be feasting on the new Falcons roster with Dralii and Rawas backing him up. And here comes Dralii going the other way, looking for the ceiling double. Just going to let it drop down towards Vatira, who clearly called the fake there. Double committed defense from Clears and TRK, and Dralii's there to put it away 2-2. Drama at the end, but once again for Falcons, at least this iteration Falcons, panicking in defense, causing problems. Not something that Dralii is as known for. So that's going to be the interesting part about this new roster. Dralii joining up with the Twins is you've got two players now who are very good in the defensive end. I think TRK is kind of a all-around, just solid player. He's more known for his midfield and offensive play though, just causing problems for opponents. Sometimes gets his team in trouble though. Luckily not as often as he gets the other team in trouble. But Dralii is just like he was for this KC team, more of a solid player in defense. The fact that you had Dralii and Vatira on this team is what made it so hard for teams to play against them, and why they had such an impressive year. And you know, it's why I call them, even going into next year, if both of these teams kept the same rosters, it's why I would call KC Falcons' biggest competition. They seemed like, over the course of the calendar year, the top two teams. NRG obviously won Worlds, and they are the best team in the world for doing so. But across the calendar year, KC were the team causing Falcons the most problems, and even before, in the before Dralii iteration of the roster, they were the team that caused Falcons the most problems. So yeah, taking that away from them is going to, I think, make it easier for Falcons to win on a global stage, easier than it was before, because now I think KC are going to be weaker. I'll talk more about them in another video, but let's pay attention to what's happening here before we get into deep into this overtime, because this is currently, at the time of playing, 1-0 to KC, so they can take a 2-0 series lead against a team who were struggling against them. Dralii looking for a downward bounce on that, didn't get it. KC's so good at faking in offense, something I'm sure you're going to see a lot of from Dralii now that he's joined up with Falcons as well. Yeah, what do you guys think about this? Of course, this is the main topic of the video, is Dralii to Falcons. Is it going to be a good roster change? Is it going to be a bad one? Do you think it's going to work out? Some people are talking about potential language barrier. I don't think there's going to be one. The Twins are fluent in English. Dralii's fluent in English. I think they're going to be able to common Rocket League very easily, because Rocket League's not got the most advanced comms, the most advanced strategy. It's pretty simple stuff. Yours, mine, you know, calling kickoff strats, etc. Zero boost, you know, what else do you need? So I think you're going to be more than fine. But 2 minutes in to this OT, unclear yet who's going to emerge victorious. It's been the majority KC attacking, doing what they do, just getting their opponents into their half and keeping them there. And although Falcons got better at handling that kind of pressure towards the latter part of their tenure together, the Twins and TRK, it was always this part, the aspect of the game that they struggled the most with, just staying calm, staying composed when they're put into defense. Rawas obviously having to do a lot of heavy lifting, a lot of insane saves. The whole team obviously do well. They do pretty well in defense, but we're never as good defensively as a Karmine Corp or as an NRG, and they relied a lot on their offensive output, which was plentiful, it's worth saying. But Dralii, very good on both ends of the field. He's an exceptional defender. He can play every position on the pitch to a world-class level. I think that's really, it's the defense for me that's going to be an upgrade compared to TRK, who's more of a troublemaker, maybe more of a hard player to play against. But what Falcons need is, you know, they don't need any more of that. They got plenty of it. Oh, here comes a bump on the backboard. Rawas looking to center it. It does end up into a demo Dralii in the box, but Atto doing great work. That's a really good read by Atto as well. Now Rawas looking for a gap on the backboard, finds one, but still bodies goal side of the ball for Karmine Corp. And no, I forgot that Vatira's name is literally Bodies. That wasn't intended. But long overtime here. Clears, dunking it forward. Oh, what a save by Bodies, aka Vatira. Well done with the ground pitch. And now Falcons get a chance to pile on the pressure. TRK with the ceiling reset. On target, Rawas tracks it and dunks it in. So Falcons win the game. But yeah, what a game there by Dralii. Really well played. Now let's take a more recent ranked game. Take a look at a more recent ranked game by Dralii and Rawas.
3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, let's go in Rawas POV here for this 2v2 against Martin and Frosty. This is not the NA Frosty, this is EU Frosty. Don't know much about him. But Dralii, repping the We Are Chalk title, by the way. Just wanted to mention that. Really good stuff. And this game was from before these two were teammates. We're looking a bit back in the twos ranked here, but it was the only game I could find of Dralii playing with Rawas. So I wanted to show it to you guys. We'll see if there's any early synergy here in this game that we can look forward to. Yeah, Dralii and Rawas, both players with 1v1 backgrounds, both making really impressive runs through the one scene. When they were 13, I believe they both started making good runs of the one scene, so they've got that in common. Dralii, other than Rawas, is he's one of the best 1v1 defenders out there as well. Rawas is the best defender in ones, there's no question about that. But Dralii is one of the only players who can really put his name in that conversation and not seem completely outclassed. He's a great 1v1 defender as well, but that's a good goal there. Nice little pass infield there by Frosty for Martin to slot. And I forget actually, no, let me check. Okay, it was Martin who uploaded this replay, so shout out Martin for uploading this replay to Ball Chasing so the rest of the world can see it and enjoy the Dralii Rawas gameplay. A nice little crossbar ping from Dralii. Rawas gonna fake a pre-jump, just flies down onto the mid boost and then get right back into action. I don't know, I do want to know if you guys agree with me here though, that this is just a straight up defensive upgrade for Falcons, and I don't see it being too much of a hindrance, if any, in their offense. I think they might be a bit more. I think Dralii, he's a very good player, but he's more predictable in TRK. TRK is one of the most unpredictable players in the world, if not the most unpredictable. So that's something that they're going to lose out on, is TRK's unpredictability. But Dralii is, I think, just a more consistent player than TRK, so that's going to be an advantage. They gain consistency, which is really what Falcons have lacked. They've never lacked the peak. They've always had one of the best, if not the best, peak abilities in the game. And the only rival to that would have been Dralii's Carmine Corp last season. Rawas getting everybody up into the air here. The recovery's coming through there for Frosty. For Rawas it was, he got them all up in the air. Dralii then took over and scores. They're just taking turns solo playing and eventually get the goal. And, another potentially hot take. I don't think this is a hot take at all, but some of you might think this is a hot take. But I think if you look at the players on the roster now, the Twins and Dralii, I think that's the most talented team I've ever seen. I think it's the most talented team in Rocket League history. Just when you look at actual talent, because what is talent? It's an aptitude to learning things quickly. It's the ability to pick up something faster than other people. And these guys all starting off so young, the Twins and Dralii all starting off so young, I think makes them the most talented roster of all time. And if they can work hard, if they actually put some effort into this, which I'm sure they will, I think it's just bound to work out. Because you start off with the experience that they've all accumulated now, and you add to that the individual skill and the potential. I think it's pretty unmatched. But let's see if they can execute. Global Rocket League every single year. Every year goes past, becomes a little bit more stacked, and they are going to need to work. They can't, talent doesn't win. By itself. Look at that goal. Hold on a second here. Let's just back this up a minute, because that is a fantastic goal with the ground pinch. Well done by Frosty, going on the inside post there past Rawas, who did not see that one coming. Really good shot. 2-2. Close rank game here. I did tell you it was a while back. We're going back into mid-June for this one, so this is a few months ago now. It's still very relevant. And Frosty and Martin giving Dralii and Rawas a great game. Although they've been outshot, they have taken their chances when they've popped up. It's good activity there from Frosty on the recovery. Dralii's going to stay with him though, and now Rawas with the angle. Oh, what a goal! How's he managed to put that one on target so quickly? Reading the bounce and getting it on the net with a perfect finish. Half flip kickoff from Dralii. Rawas going for the ball from deep, just in case there was a thought of dribbling from the opponents. That's kind of your goal there in 2v2 with a half flip kickoff, is just pressure as the other player. Just pressure the ball and then rotate back quickly. Here comes Martin with the reset pass. Rawas going to get to it before Frosty can. Dralii now with the demo. Oh, he might have overdone this. Has he got the ability to get it back in? Yes, he does! Oh my goodness, what a pass from Dralii. I thought he'd hit it a bit too far, but no. He doesn't need to put that on target. He just drops it down for Rawas to score. These are some phenomenal goals, but that's what's been needed because Frosty and Martin have actually put up a really good fight here. Pretty impressed with what I've seen from them. Frosty with the 1v2 attempt. Unfortunately for him, he needed a 1v3 there because Ruas was in position. And now it's going to be a long shot. Oh, it's crossbar down. It's just perfect. I mean, you can't beat that. That's 5-2. That's a forfeit. And Dralii and Ruas come out victorious. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this ranked game. Hope you enjoyed the look back at the RLCS game between KC and Falcons as well. I would have showed you more ranked games if there were any. If I see more ranked games of these guys popping up, I might make another video about them. But these are the only, well, this is the only one I could find, and it's a great game actually. So glad to find it. But yeah, what do you guys think about the roster move? Do you think that Falcons are cooking here, or do you think they've thrown away some guaranteed synergy that they already had? I think they might be cooking here. I think that TRK is also going to be fine where he's ended up as well. But yeah, more videos coming soon about the transfer window. Well, I'm going to be ranking all of the different rosters. Let you know how I think they're all going to go. But as for this one, I think they might have just put together the most talented team Rocket League's ever seen, and sky's the limit. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.